Uranus as a planet represents brilliance and insight and brand new beginnings to astrologers. It represents this idea of breakthroughs and the vastness of existence. And it speaks volumes to our understanding of the spark, that thing that stands out, whether you want to call it divine or the intellect or our innate ability, that thing that ultimately resides in all of us and everyone. Uranus was discovered while in the sign of Gemini, and this kicked off, or at least happened in tandem with several revolutionary movements, including the French Revolution and the American Revolution. And both of those movements represented this idea. It was a rebuke to this idea of kings and queens, and that some people are just born better, are closer to the divine than others. And instead, it was these movements that spoke to the demand, how we as a collective were ready to say that we are all equal. And however imperfectly we continue to seek to align with that ideal, well, a lot of this idea is rooted in that time of the discovery of Uranus. Uranus being discovered in the sign of Gemini means that it is mind that led the way, but also Gemini is the energy of the siblings. It is the energy of twins. And it is this energy that represents a sense of I see myself in you and you can see yourself in me, because essentially we are the same. And in being the same, we are united. Well, it is this week, on the 7th of July, on Monday, that Uranus will change signs, moving back into the sign of Gemini, where it was first discovered for the first time in almost 8 decades. And whenever it is that Uranus changes signs, well, we can expect a revolutionary spirit to find us collectively, but also in our own lives as well. In a brand new area of life, this spirit settles in, and we desire a dramatic overhaul. Now, sometimes that desire is largely unconscious, but nevertheless, events happen, seemingly karmic events that have a will of their own, that let us know what's really going on and leave an impression. They leave an impact. And all of us right now, starting this week, are going to glimpse exactly what it is to feel everything change for us very quickly. Now, how Uranus and Aries might speak to you in your sign depends on your sun, moon, and rising. You want to take all three into consideration, synthesize the information to make it unique to you. And of course, lots more horoscopes are up right now over on my YouTube channel, Nadiya_Shah, or in the superstar space at thefutureismagical.com or NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Aries, siblings, cousins, neighbors, mind, curiosity, learning, and communication. All of that is covered by this brand new position of Uranus moving into a brand new part of the sky. And there is likely to be a whole revolutionary spirit that shows up in terms of how you actually think, the process of it, your understanding of how to direct your thoughts to your advantage towards the changes you desire. Your style of communication might go through an evolution at this time as well, so much so that it is notable, and the development of your brain, of your mind, through education, learning new skills can be part of the energy of this time. Your relationship with siblings, cousins, neighbors, well, they're going to go through big transformations. And where relationships are good and they are healthy, well, this is where they reach a new level of mutual respect. Taurus, money you earn, money you spend, self-love, self-esteem. That's where the revolutionary spirit is about to show up. Where it comes to your money, whether it is how you're earning it or how you're spending it, is it worth it to you? What's worth doing for money? What are you no longer willing to do for money? All of that could just turn on its head. And additionally, how spending occurs for you. Where do you feel your money is going? And are you okay with that? That becomes a focus now as well. Now, ultimately, the higher understanding of this energy is to take what it is you are doing to earn money and align it with something that feels more like a higher calling. Now, that is a slow 7-year journey that we are just starting to embark on, but it is going to change your relationship to prosperity itself, helping you to define it on your own terms and recognize it right where you are. Gemini, identity, who you know yourself to be, what matters to you most, what matters to you first, all of it is going to go through dramatic changes for you going forward from here. And this is you seeing yourself differently, knowing yourself differently, and where it is that you have been demonstrating or living in a way that isn't really you. That disconnect is going to feel massive at this time. For all that, though, the great thing about this is a part of you is going to feel like you truly are ready to be yourself, no matter what. And that brings with it a spirit that ultimately fosters a healthy sense of respect, but also an honoring of who it is you really are. Well, it changes just about everything else around you. Cancer, what's happening on levels of soul, psyche, spirit, and the unconscious as well. If anybody out there is going to feel like, wow, I really didn't know that, and all of a sudden I know that, it certainly is you. This can be a time that feels dramatic, that feels changing, just based on what it is that comes into your awareness. Now, this could be about you as well, but it might be about just about any external person, place, thing, or situation. But for all that, it's like the truth really is a liberating factor now. And for you, it helps you to understand what no longer is and where it is that you are now ready to move forward, ready to more fully be you based on no longer just accepting an illusion or what ultimately is not real. You are the one who is real. And you are the one who, feeling cleansed on those levels of soul, psyche, and spirit, feel a lot more open to what's ahead. Leo, friendships and group dynamics are going to go through dramatic changes as you come to understand who your friends actually are, or at least what place they're going to play in your life, where you want to position them or not. But this can also be professional group endeavors as well. People are going to be a surprise a minute, but the thing is, this energy gets you honest about whom it is that other people are to you, so that you're not kidding yourself or you're not acting as if something is something other than it actually is. If it's a professional relationship, it's good to see that. It's good to be clear with that. At the same time, though, the friends who are there for you, that just might take you by absolute surprise. The people you really didn't expect are going to come through for you in big ways. Not just about helping you out, but it is about helping you to be more of yourself than you were before. Virgo, career, life purpose, and your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life. Uranus brings with it visibility, and Uranus is moving into the part of the sky for you that has to do with your most public self. And so just be mindful. You could in an instant be very visible where you didn't expect it. But for all that, this is also dramatic changes where it comes to your career path, or at least your understanding of life purpose, where you thought for sure you were on a path that you were supposed to be. Well, it could all just change very quickly and lead you in new directions. Ultimately, you're aligning higher calling with career calling, and where you're trusting purpose and bringing forward something authentic and genuine from within you, well, success will be there. Libra, long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, and legal matters are covered here. It is here that your whole worldview is about to expand, and you likely are going to be engaging more of the world than you have before. Wherever Uranus goes, it's like that becomes your pathway of freedom, and your pathway of freedom really becomes international. And whether that is the expansion of ideas, of philosophies, well, your understanding, but also your engagement with politics or higher education or legal matters, well, it can be such a game changer, not just personally, but the influence you're able to have, well, that could be a force of positive change around you. Scorpio, profound change, truth, transformation, regeneration, and wealth. Your relationship with wealth is likely to go through a revolution. And when you have such strong, albeit unpredictable energy in a financial part of the sky, the money you need is there. It comes about in leaps and jumps, not necessarily in a way that feels very steady or predictable. For all that, though, this can be a time when you undergo dramatic changes. A rebirth is starting to take place towards the other side of this transit in 7 years' time. Well, you likely are going to feel renewed and rejuvenated. Sagittarius, love, partnerships of all kinds are covered here. You're about to get really honest about who you're attracted to, why you're attracted to them, what's going on in a partnership. Now, where relationships are good, there's the possibility they might leap forward into a place that feels a lot more mutually respectful, a lot more bonded. But this is the energy of freedom, which means that if a relationship has served its purpose in your life, it will likely go. This is also about you wanting a different type of relationship, one that feels like it has mutual respect at the forefront. And you're likely to start attracting and wanting love with people who are very different than anyone you've known before in all kinds of ways. Cancer, your daily life, your work and clients, customers, coworkers, immediate supervisors. There could be dramatic, unexpected changes that take place with these people. Now, it can also be a time that feels as if you are doing what you do differently. You're taking on new technologies, you're changing things up, whether at times you want to, at times you might not want to, and yet you can see the benefit of these changes underfoot. This is also about how well you take care of you, trying the next level, new fad stuff, whether it's diet, whether it's exercise, whether it's medications, that might start to feel especially appealing to you going forward from here. Aquarius, flirtation, romance, what the heart is truly wanting, what the heart calls you to do in all kinds of ways. Well, look, you likely are going to have a whole new definition of fun by the time these 7 years are out. You're that much more open on a heart level as well to flirting, to engagement that feels light on the surface. And yeah, can lead to spontaneous and romantic moments ahead. Pisces, home, the past, your living situation, your family of origin, your parents in particular, where that applies, your understanding of your roots is going to go through a big change, and your relationship with family members might start to feel more rooted in healthy mutual respect as equals. For all that, though, I think the most empowering part of this energy is going to be how it changes your understanding of home, whether that's a new living space or a home within, or a whole new country at that. Additionally, this can be where you reconcile with your past, interpret it very differently in a way that frees you to align with a fortunate future ahead. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.